Hi, my name's Bevell, and for today's podcast, I want to talk to you about the healing power of salt on an esoteric, energetic level. So salt is a very powerful tool, a tool that most people have easy access to, that you can use in very simple ways to bring some easy healing to you. One of the most simple ways is taking a bath that has just a couple of pinches of sea salt in it. Now, if you don't have access to sea salt, you could use normal table salt and still have an approximate close effect. I highly recommend sea salt, however, if you have access to that. So again, just putting a couple of pinches of sea salt into your bath, and when you take a bath using that, it really has a deep cleansing effect on your aura. So it helps you to release different energetic hooks that might be in your aura, helps just clean out those negative vibrations that might be in your auric field. And when you think about it, especially given the current time that we're in, the level of fear that is existing around the planet due to the pandemic, it's good to keep your aura clear because your aura will often pick up some of that fear. It's undoubtedly possible that you might be picking up fear from other people around you or just other people on the planet in general. So keeping your aura clear by taking a few pinches of sea salt, taking a bath. If you can do it each day, that's great. If you can't do it each day, at least doing it a couple of times a week just to keep your aura in a generally cooler place. That's something I recommend. Another thing you can do that's related to that is that there's two very important acupressure points that are at the base of the skull, top of the neck, called the gates of consciousness. Now, the gates of consciousness are a place where other people's energy will often hook into you. And it's not intentional necessarily. It's just that if you're around somebody who might be irritable or angry or, has a lot of energetic junk in their field, you might even feel that in the area of your neck. Hence, that's where the term a pain in the neck literally comes from, that you'll feel that vibration of that person who maybe isn't that pleasant to be around. You might actually feel it in your neck as that energy is connecting into your gates of consciousness. Again, two acupressure points at the base of the skull, top of the neck. And one very easy way to remedy that is to just take some salt. And again, sea salt is preferred, but you could use just regular table salt if you had to. Just put a pinch or two in the palm of your hand, put a little dab of water, and then just rub your palms together, and then rub your palms directly over that area of the gates of consciousness, which is right at the base of the skull and top of the neck. And that will usually have a very purifying effect almost immediately. I've often done this technique when I'm at a restaurant and I don't even have access to normal sea salt. Even just table salt will do in this situation. And maybe I'm having a conversation with somebody who's unpleasant, or maybe I've just had an email that, kind of put me in a bad mood, and I'll just put a pinch or two of salt in the palm of my hand, a little dash of water, rub it, and then rub it on the back of your neck. And almost instantly, you'll often feel much lighter and just better as it clears away any energetic accumulation that's there at the gates of consciousness. So that's a second use of salt that's very easy and powerful to use. There's one third use of salt that I want to share with you, and there are others as well, but let's just keep it nice and easy for today. So this third process is a process that you can use with salt to help you clear energetic cords between you and another person. So energetic cords exist between all of us, but they're more deeply ingrained if you've been in a romantic relationship with somebody, or if there's somebody you've had a long-term relationship with, maybe a boss at work, or even a parent or relative. So we all have these energetic cords that are between us. And sometimes if somebody's been extremely abusive to you, or just, there's maybe a lot of negative energy in the field between the two of you, and you want to release that and move on, cutting the cords is a very well-recommended thing to do. Now, energetically, as an energy healer, there's a number of ways to do that, but not everybody's an energy healer. So one easy, simple way that you can do that, just using salt, is to engage in the following process. If you have a photo of yourself and the other person, that's ideal. If you don't, you could even just simply pick two rocks and intend that one represents you, the other represents the other person. Then you want to go outside. If you have a backyard, that's fine. If you don't, then I would say go to a local park somewhere where you can get just a little bit of seclusion, and you're going to lay those 2 rocks or those 2 photographs on the ground. Again, intending, if it's rocks, being very intentional about which rock represents you and which rock represents the other person. Then with your salt, in this case, you're going to probably need more than a few pinches. You're going to need like a container full of salt. You begin drawing a figure 8. The figure 8 in such a way that in one circle of that figure 8, in the center of that circle, would be the photograph or rock that represents you. In the other circle would be the photograph or rock that represents the other person. And you draw this figure 8 a total of 3 times, and just let that energy hold there. Give a little thanks to the earth and to the salt and to the stones if you're using stones. And then I've found usually within 24 hours it will feel very clear that those energetic cords are cut. So you're just literally allowing the power of the salt to cut and sever those energetic cords. So that's 3 techniques that you can use for doing some healing work with salt. I hope that you've enjoyed this podcast, and I look forward to talking to you again. Just to recap, one of those processes involved cutting cords. One of those processes involved clearing the gates of consciousness at the base of the skull, top of the neck. And the other process with salt was just using it in a bath to clear your aura in general. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.